안녕하세요.
아, 네, 안녕하세요.
뭐 주문하시겠어요?
아이스 아메리카노 주세요. Sacre bleu! What are you doing?
아, 네, 아이스 아메리카노요?
네.
3,000원입니다.
네,
감사합니다.
네,
영수증 필요하세요?
네, 주세요.
여기 있습니다.
네, 감사합니다. 네, 안녕히 계세요.
안녕히 가세요. 감사합니다.
네. That's right. Today, YouTube, I wanted to go over the iced Americano conundrum in Korea. Like, iced Americanos are the most sought after, the most bought, the most sold in any coffee shop, anywhere you go. They always have an iced Americano. But to people not living in Korea or people who are not familiar with iced Americanos, most places outside of Korea don't even sell iced Americanos because it's not a common drink that most people get. Most people get lattes, cappuccinos, espressos, or sugary drinks from Starbucks. But as to why the iced Americano became so popular, not even the extensive amount of research and Googling and searching got me anything as to why this particular drink became the hit phenomenon that you see many like Korean actors drinking in many of your favorite dramas, or even main big actors and actresses just ordering at some random coffee shop. And being here for some time, you get accustomed to the taste. It is a very bitter taste. Most people back home, I think when they order Americano, they kind of add it with milk and sugar and that. But here, no, they just get a iced Americano and drink it as is. These are usually pretty cheap. They're anywhere from 900 won to upwards of 4,000 won. It really depends on the place, but most places are pretty cheap. But between 1 to 2,000 won is usually where I see it at, depending where I go. And if you don't know what an Americano is, it's basically just an espresso shot with lots of water. That's it. Like, this whole thing is filled with pretty much water, and then an espresso shot is added, and that's a nice Americano. Now, there are hot Americanos, but people don't order hot Americanos usually here. It's usually iced form. Like, it doesn't matter what the weather is, what the season is. It could be really, really freezing cold, and Korea gets really cold in the winter. People still be ordering iced Americanos. Why? 왜 아이스 아메리카노 샀어요? Why do you guys buy this? I've seen a lot of different reasons. I think because one reason is the lactose intolerance. Maybe a lot of people can't drink milk, so this is a pretty good coffee, caffeine drink that they can get that doesn't involve milk. It's cheap. It is very, very cheap, so it's a quick drink. If you guys are just looking for the energy fix of an espresso shot, it's pretty cheap to buy. And it's quite healthy, and in all honesty, like, it's just an espresso shot, pretty low calorie, and the rest is water. So whether you should be drinking this or water is still probably preferred, but is better than drinking a sugary drink. The longer you stay in Korea, I think the more these things kind of get to you. Like, I guess I'll just order a nice Americano, no problem. Like, the taste is still bitter, but it's actually a weird, good kind of bitter, almost refreshing, oddly enough. Like, when I'm hot and it's hot out and I want to drink something refreshing, most of the time I actually tend to get an iced Americano instead of like water or a Pocari Sweat or some other kind of beverage that would be more refreshing. Iced Americano actually really hits the spot. Oh, it's really good. To give a little background though of iced coffee or coffee in general in Korea, coffee first arrived in Korea around 1896. That's when it was introduced. But at that time, only the elite could drink coffee. Coffee was said to be first introduced to Emperor Gojong. He was the last emperor of the Joseon dynasty. He was introduced coffee at an embassy that he stayed in, and he really loved the flavor, so he really wanted to be able to drink this beverage more often. He, along with the person who served him the coffee, opened the first coffee dabang, so the first place where people could buy coffee, kind of like a very, very early version of a cafe. But this was only for the elite. Only people that could try this coffee were people of a higher status or people who had the money to afford to buy it. It wasn't until later when the Americans came in when they introduced the mixed coffee. And when mixed coffee was finally introduced, that kind of jump-started the revolution for people everywhere in Korea to be able to start drinking coffee. It became more of a commercial item. Now, the first company to make their own version of mixed coffee was a company called Dongsa Foods. I'll put the name here, or the image of what they look like. So this is the first brand that actually made a 3-in-1 mix. So it's the coffee, milk, and sugar all in one. This company over time eventually made the well-known Maxim brand, which I've bought 2 of today. So we have the Maxim Supreme Gold, and then this is Kanu, which is another brand, but it's still made by Maxim. This is a nutty caramel latte. So I bought these 2 for you guys to kind of check out. I bought both of these to try because not only is Korea really like into the iced Americanos, they are obsessed with mixed coffee. Like, mixed coffee is literally everywhere. Company offices, restaurants, like they just, like, when you finish a meal, I think I mentioned before, you can get like a quick little coffee. They have these little sticks, which I'll open that for you guys now. They have these little sticks that you can find everywhere. Of course, they're not offering the Supreme Golds. Like, this is a more special variety of coffee. The one that you can find is just regular Maxim latte. And then this is the Kano. This is actually a pretty thick, very thick packet of instant mix. So I've never really liked instant mix coffee. I still don't get instant mix coffee. It's very, very sweet for me. Now, I know a lot of people do like it, and actually a lot of foreigners tend to like their mixed coffees from what I've seen and heard, because it does have that nice sweet flavor to it. But as someone who doesn't like sweets, I guess it's not so much for me. I'm more of the iced Americano kind of guy. So after they got the instant coffee mixture perfected, Korea became pretty much the biggest instant coffee maker slash consumer in the world. Like, I don't know if you guys can find this brand in other countries' markets, but they are everywhere. Like, they have these really incredibly nice aisles in the grocery stores just for Maxim. Like, they even have a little coffee machine for Maxim product. Like, whether it's iced or hot, they have it already pre-mixed, ready to serve for you to try and hopefully buy the product. Like, that's how much they stand by their product. Like, they're willing to get anyone to buy it, and they have their own section, like coffee section, but it's mostly packed with Maxim or instant coffee products on the shelves. All right, so we have our first, the Supreme Gold. Easy cut, very easy to open. Smells nice. You guys can maybe see that kind of powder mixture. Let me grab the water. So for the mixed coffees, you actually don't have to pour too much water, which is very nice. They actually recommend not pouring too much water, because then it'll dilute it. And then the best part, which some of you don't know, nice little hack. This packet, they actually use these as a mixing straw. I know it's very weird. It's like not something you would think about doing, but if you don't have a stick or a spoon or anything, you just use this, and then you're good to go. So in the blue one, we have the Maxim Supreme. And then in this white cup over here, we're gonna have the Kanu Caramel Nutty Latte. Wow. It's more of a powder in there. Let's see if I can show off. Yeah, a lot more powder in here. So we'll see how that goes. Also, it takes no time at all for the water to boil. It'd be another reason why people like these, because it's very easy to get the boiled water. And same, we'll just mix it with a little bag, because I don't have a spoon. Okay. right, so let's try the Supreme. Smells very nice. I think the only instant coffee I've ever had was like the basic regular Maxim. So this will be a new experience for me, actually. You know, it's actually pretty good. Not too sweet. Not too sweet, but that might be because I just had the Americano beforehand, and so my mouth is a little bitter from that. But that Supreme is it's actually pretty good. It's not bad. It kind of reminds me of an instant coffee that I used to get from France, from Nescafe. That's the one I used to drink. Very, very familiar taste. And then I'm excited about this nutty caramel latte. It does have a nice caramel smell. Actually, it looks like very nice too. It's kind of hard to see this, but it's got a nice froth to it actually. Oh, good heavens. That is sweet. But it does have the flavor. You can taste the caramel, definitely. And you can taste that well, the nutty flavor. It's not peanut, but it's definitely nutty caramel. I don't know how to really describe it, but it's very, very, very sweet. Like this, I might actually drink over ice. Like, this would be amazing over ice, I think. This would be a really, really, really iced drink. But, or maybe in the winter, I guess. Not in the summertime as a hot drink, but it's good. It's exactly as advertised. A little sweet for me. I'm gonna go back to my iced Americano, but both are quite good actually. Both are not bad. If you guys are fans of instant coffee, I do highly, highly, highly recommend buying Maxim brand. I'm not sponsored by them, and I would only offer you guys to try it out if you're actually fans of it. I don't like Maxim that much, but the Supreme Gold is actually pretty good. Their basic one is really, really sweet for me. I found this one a little less sweet, so I like that. They have many different flavors. Even these Kano one, there's like a million flavors of these as well. And you can also get just dark instant coffee. You don't have to get the mixed one as well, but the dark ones I find are not very good. I'd rather have the iced Americano in all honesty. And yeah, that kind of wraps up our coffee video. This was just to kind of go over the iced Americano and coffee culture in Korea, because it is wild. Most people, I think, when they think of Korea, they think of tea. Most Asian countries, I think they think that Korea is going to be very big and famous on tea. Don't have that preconceived notion. Korea is a coffee country. They have coffee everywhere. If you guys haven't seen the sheer amount of cafes they have here, I think cafes take up more space than living places do, in all honesty. You can find a Starbucks, a Holly's, an Angel and Us, an Idia, and so many coffees, even just mom and pop cafes all over the place. Sometimes even in apartment buildings, they have a cafe. So it's really a coffee culture. So, but because of that, because it's a coffee culture, it is great for coffee lovers such as myself to come in and, you know, find the coffee that I want to drink, and you will not be disappointed. You will always find a place that has pretty good coffee. Sorry to all my tea lovers out there. There are delicious teas to drink, and there are tea shops, but far less than the coffee shops in Korea. And with that, I think that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. It was very refreshing to make. If you guys have any more questions or you want to learn more about the coffee culture in Korea, please, you know, leave a message or comment below, asking anything really about it. Again, I've tried doing a lot of research. I just know that coffee kind of surged, and iced Americano was the biggest one aside from mixed coffee. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please subscribe and like for more. There's gonna be a lot of cool, amazing content coming out, And I appreciate all of you guys for watching and being a part of it. So please look forward to the next video, and I'll see you guys next time. Annyeong. Ah, l'américain qu'il est fou. Absolument fou. Iced Americano. Just for you. Oh. Pourquoi? C'est un Americano? Café? Je sais pas pourquoi l'américain donne ça. C'est... Ugh. Ah! Ah, c'est pas sucré. Ah. Mais, peut-être. Oh. Oh, c'est bon. Oh, c'est tellement bon.